my life. Your commandments made me change.
Now I'm seeing clear, no prescription. All praises to a higher for his vision. Can't stop, won't stop, endure, yeah, I gotta win. Poured out his mercy so I wouldn't die in sin. Trample underfoot is something that I won't do. Christ-like with the level up I'm coming through. Set my affections on things up above. He opened the heavens, I'm drenched in his love. Yeah, there were things I should've died for. Open flame, rotisserie, should've fried for it. Slave to sin, my life was just getting worse. I took a sip of living water, now I obey my thirst. Single-eyed and I'm walking on a narrow course. Kingdom in me, I don't need an external force. Mortify the flesh so I can fortify the spirit. Got the reward with me, open carry, no concealing. Oh, it's on now, you demons going down. Coming full force, cause time's running out. Bringing all you got, cause I'm about that life. The end is already written, then you lose to Christ. Hit the water, the old me is washed away. Cleaned up my act, now it hears me when I pray. Garment clean, unspotted, no Clorox. Took a few lessons from the school of hard knocks.
We come again on the streets and the highways and byways to spread your truth, Heavenly Father. Put your name back on the streets, Heavenly Father. Bless us, Heavenly Father. Send your holy angels to eat out round about us, Heavenly Father. No one from corner against us shall not prosper in the sight of your holy mighty name. Pray that how your first, Heavenly Father, keep us, Heavenly Father, in the sight of your holy mighty name. Shalom.
So be it.
Today's topic, we know our forefathers. Today's topic, who is our foremothers? Today's topic, our foremothers, okay? First scripture we're going to go to Cap. Let's go to Genesis 17, 15, Cap.
Genesis 17, verse 15. And Yahweh said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be.
So now we understand that Ahia is the one giving names to this Bible. That's the seal of Israel, according to the name. Again, read it from top. Let's get what Ahia say about Sarah's name.
And Yahweh said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her.
Now, 15. And Ahia said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. So Ahia told Abraham what his name, his wife's name should be. And the name Sarah means princess, family. The word Sarah means princess. So
that's right.
Ahia gave Abraham the name of princess for his wife Sarah. Keep reading, Cap 16.
And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto Ahia, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
That's all right though. Now, Abraham was like, oh, Ishmael might be, but we're going to let Ahia bring out who his covenant is, okay? Keep reading, Cap.
And Yahweh said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Call his name what?
Isaac.
Now, we know Ahia told Abraham again, his name should be called Isaac. So that's a given name from Ahia. Told Abraham what the name is son from Sarah. Keep reading, Cap.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee, behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he begot. And I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year.
Now, Ahia said his covenant was going to be with Isaac only.
That's right.
Not Ishmael. Keep reading, Cap.
And he left off talking with him, and Yahweh went up from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael, his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were bought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the selfsame day, as Yahweh had said unto him. And Abraham was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin.
Hallelujah. Now, the reason why I bring this up, I had all this read because the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, right? But what about our foremothers? They're in this covenant too. I'm going to bring out the scripture there. Okay, let's go to Genesis 24:58.
Genesis 24. Genesis 24.
24:58.
Verse 58. And they called Rebekah and said unto her, Wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his men.
Let's start right there. Now we read our first foremother, Sarah. Now we read about Rebekah. We'll get our foremothers out there. They won't bring out who they are according to scripture.
That's right. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister, be thou the mother of thousands, of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them.
Read that again, Cal, because we gotta know this is our foremother, our second foremother. Keep reading, Cal.
And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister, be thou the mother of thousands, of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them.
Can you read?
And Rebekah arose and her damsels, and they rode upon the camels and followed the man, and the servant took Rebekah and went his way. And Isaac came from the way of the well, Lahari, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out meditate in the field at the eventide.
Now Isaac went out to meditate at eventide. So he was faithful in his truth. He went to meditate at eventide. He was coming back. Keep reading, Cal.
And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself.
Now this is why women of Israel cover themselves. Read again, Cal. Break down why our women cover themselves. Read.
For she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac, call Isaac all things that he had done.
Now she covered herself because he's going to be her head. If her hair is uncovered, she shamed her head, which is Isaac. Keep reading, Cal.
And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
What?
She became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
Now, Isaac was comforted after Sarah's death. So when Sarah died, he married Rebekah, so he was coming. So we need our wife, which is our real. We need them.
That's right.
So they be going over our 4 months. So count, piece of that, Genesis 29:12.
Genesis 29, verse 12. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me? For not tell me, what shall thy wages be? And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel.
Now we have Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel.
That's
these are our
right.
4 mothers. We want that 4 mothers. We want that scripture bring out these are 4 mothers, family. Keep reading, Cal.
Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, the younger daughter. And Laban said, It is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. And they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her.
So now we heard the word go into her. So They never had 6 years. He served his stepfather 7 years. So he couldn't even touch her until his days was fulfilled.
That's
but
right.
To get her to go into her. So we get married, we cannot have sex, showing in scripture.
That's right. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. He went in unto her, and Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, What is this thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, It must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week. And he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, Bilhah, and his handmaid to be her maid. And he went in also unto Rachel, and loved her also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years.
Now, Jacob had to serve 7 years for Rachel and 7 years for Leah. So he served 14 years for 2 of our foremothers, family.
That's right.
And we're going to bring out, again, how powerful this is to know and to get the honor of knowing who our foremothers is. This is a blessing. Okay, Cap, keep reading. 30.
And he went in also to Rachel. He loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. And when the Yahiah saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, and Rachel was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben.
What?
Called his name Reuben.
Read.
For she said, Surely Yahiah has looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, Because Yahiah has heard that I was hated, he has therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon.
Now this is going to be able to break down our foremothers having the 12 tribes, the 12 patriarchs. Keep reading, Cap.
And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, Now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi.
Read.
And she conceived again and bare a son. She said, Now will I praise Yahiah. Therefore she called his name Judah.
Now, again, family. Again, Exodus, okay, I got to bring this up. Again, Exodus 3:14, where Moses said, Who should I go to the Israel and tell them, what is your name? We see that Leah conceived in 32, conceived and bare a son and called his name Reuben, okay? 33, and she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Simeon.
That's
okay,
right.
The name we mean is in 34, and she conceived again and bare a son,
Called
his
Levi.
name Levi. Okay, now you go up to 35, and she conceived again and called his name Judah. So the name means something. The name given is our seal.
That's right.
To mark out of Lord God, Jesus of the Bible. Name is our seal in this Bible for who we are as a people.
That's right.
Okay, Cap. Please up that, Cap. Go to Genesis 31. Next page. Genesis 31. Read all the way to 26. Genesis 31.
Genesis 31.
31. 30 plus 1. Chapter 30 verse 1.
30 verse 1. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel. And he said, Am I in Yahiah's stead, who has withheld from thee the fruit of thy womb? And she said, Behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife. And Jacob went in unto her. And Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, Yahiah has judged me, and has also heard my voice, and has given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan.
Name what?
Name Dan.
Name what?
Name Dan.
Again, his name was called Dan, so when you see the word name in the book is important, that's our seal family to know who we are in our names. Our
That's
true
right.
names in the Bible. This is King James 16:11. Keep it count.
And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. And Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali.
Name what?
Naphtali.
Read.
When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. And Leah said, a troop cometh. And she called his name God.
Call his name what?
Gad.
Hallelujah. Family. Name means name. That's important.
That's
name
right.
means name in the Bible. Now, we got the 12 tribes. We know the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So do we call the 12 tribes any other name besides the names given to these scriptures? So why we ain't calling the Father's name given to the scriptures?
That's
Keep
right.
reading, Cap. Go ahead, Cap.
And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. And Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher.
Name what?
Name Asher.
Name what?
Name Asher.
Asher don't mean Asher. Asher means something else.
His name Asher.
Hallelujah. Keep reading, Cap 14.
And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy sons mandrakes. And she said unto her, it is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband, and wouldest thou take away my son mandrakes also? And Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. And Yahiah hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob the fifth son. And Leah said, Yahiah has given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Issachar.
Name what?
Issachar.
Name what?
Issachar.
Again, family. Name mean name. You can't replace the name given. We call the 12 tribes the names that's given in the Bible. Okay,
That's right.
His name again, Exodus 3:14, that's the point of Exodus where he said, what is my name? What is your name? What should I tell the children of Israel? I am that I am. Higher so higher. His name is just that. Okay? Yeah, what was that?
19.
19, read 19.
And Leah conceived again and bare Jacob the sixth son. And Leah said, Yahiah has endued me with good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun.
Name what?
Zebulun.
Name what?
Zebulun.
Keep up, family. Name mean name. Okay, keep reading. Cap 21.
And afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah.
Name what?
Dinah.
Name what?
Dinah.
Dana. Now, do we call Dana by any other name? No, we don't. Keep reading. Cap.
All praise. And Yahiah remembered Rachel, and Yahiah hearkened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bare a son, and said, Yahiah has taken away my reproach. And she called his name Joseph.
Name what?
Named Joseph.
Name what?
Named Joseph.
Keep reading.
And said, Yahiah shall add to me another son. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said to Laban, send me away, that I may go unto my own place and to my country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go. For thou knowest my service which I have done thee. And
Hallelujah. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Genesis 35.
Genesis
10.
Genesis 35, verse
35.
verse 10.
Yeah, 35.
Genesis 35, verse 10. And Yahiah said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name
what?
Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
So we know. Again, Yahiah is telling Jacob, according to his name. Yahiah said unto Jacob, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called anymore Jacob, but Israel. So Yahiah is the one giving the names, family. So Yahiah gave Israel the names. How can we call on a name that's not our father's name?
That's
Keep
right.
reading, Cap.
And Yahweh said unto him, I am Yahweh Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac to thee, I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And Yahweh went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon. He poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where Yahweh spake with him Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass when she was in hard labor that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni.
Name what?
Benoni. But his father called him Benjamin.
Oh yeah. Now we see how important the name means in the Bible, family. Keep reading.
And Rachel died and was buried in the way of Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel, grave unto this day. And Isreal journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edom. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in the land, that Reuben went and lay with Belial, his father's concubine. And Israel heard it. Now, the sons of Jacob were 12.
Now, the sons of Jacob, which is Israel, 12. So we have our forefathers. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel, 12 tribes. So all the 12 tribes, let me try to break it down for you. Now, forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israelite, all our fathers, Judah, the father of Judah.
That's right.
Ephraim, the father of Ephraim. These are our forefathers.
That's right.
Keep reading, count.
The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin.
Read the slow, cat. Stop on top, Rick. We want y'all to know the sons from Leah and Rachel, okay?
The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin.
Joseph and Benjamin. 25 cap.
And the sons of Belial, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob which were born to him in Paradam.
Hallelujah. Peace up with that cap. Again, topic today, our four mothers. Again, we see in Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. These are our four mothers.
That's right.
Okay, Cap, let's go to Genesis 32. Genesis 32, 27.
Genesis 32,
27.
verse 27.
We're going to let Ahia do the talking today because Ahia is talking to us according to all these names given to Israel. So these are names that's given to us from the Father. Also, his name is given to us from himself to Moses, to our tribes. Can you recap?
The sons of Jacob came upon the slain.
Yeah, where you at? 32, 27?
32, sorry.
Yeah, 32, 27.
All praise. Genesis 32,
27.
verse 27. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Isreal.
Who?
Isreal.
Now this is an angel from Ahia again telling Jacob his name, what his name should be called. Can you recap?
For as a prince hast thou power with Yahweh, and with men, and has prevailed.
As a who?
As with Yahweh and with men has prevailed.
Hallelujah. Now, Jacob is called Israel and a prince. Same thing with Sarah. The name Sarah means princess.
That's right.
Now he said Jacob is called a prince. Now this is name given from Ahia. Now we cannot change these names because these names are sacred. They're set apart. So the names given to Israel in King James 1611 in this book, they're given from the Father.
That's
so we cannot change these names given. We change these names, we change who we are, our inheritance as Israelites. Okay, Cap, piece of that, Genesis 21, 21. Genesis 21, 21.
Genesis 21, 21. Genesis 21:21.
Excuse me, my brother.
How you doing?
Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Shalom alaikum, brother. Shalom alaikum, brother.
man.
Alhamdulillah. Good, bro.
Sometimes, man,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Here you go, brother. You wanted somebody, brother.
Yeah.
Spread that word.
I got you. I got that number in the car.
Okay.
Give me a call.
Okay.
All right. God bless you, man. Praise y'all.
All praise to Yahweh, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Be blessed. Genesis 21:21.
Genesis 21:21.
And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And it came to pass at that time that
21:21.
Genesis 21:21. I read it already. Yeah, read it again, brother. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother.
I'm sorry. 21:1. Start 21:1.
All praise,
That's not
brother.
bad.
That's all right, brother.
Okay, that's right here. 21:1.
21:1. Let's carry. And Yahweh visited Sarah as he had said, and Yahweh did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which Yahweh had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him Isaac.
Now again, 3. Abraham called the name again, family. Here we go with the name. Name in the Bible is our seal, family, who we are. Of course, the name. Because these names we see that was given to from a height. These names we just ain't make up. These names was given from our father. Keep reading, Cap.
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, and Yahweh had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, Yahweh has made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking.
No. What does the word mocking mean? Because this is something that we leave out. Read that again, Cap.
And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking.
Mocking. We don't get to understand what mocking means, because we're going to go in the book of Joshua and bring it out, because King James 16:11 is not going to break down that whole story. Okay,
That's right.
Read 10, Cap.
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
Now, again, we got to understand, why did Sarah tell Abraham to cast out the bondwoman and her son, which was his son, okay? But let's go in Joshua. Joshua 21:1. Joshua 21:1.
Joshua
21. We put a
Joshua
get
21
understand of why.
and 1.
We've been reading that scripture for years, not understanding the whole thing that happened, right? But we know
That's
that,
right.
We know that she had to cast him out for a good reason. She didn't just cast him out. You read Joshua 21:1.
Book of Joshua, chapter 21. And it was at that time, at the end of the year, and 4 months of Abraham's dwelling in the land of the Philistines in Gerar, that Yahweh visited Sarah, and Yahweh remembered her, and she conceived and bare a son to Abraham. And Abraham called the name of the son which was born to him, which Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac at 8 days old. And Yahweh had commanded Abraham to do unto his seed after him. And Abraham was 100 and Sarah 90 years old when Isaac was born to them. And the child grew up, and he was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast upon the day that Isaac was weaned. And Shem and Eber and all the great people of the land, and Amalek, king of the Philistines, and his servants, and Pekol, the captain of his host, came to eat and drink and rejoice at the feast which Abraham made upon the day of his sons Isaac being weaned. Also Terah, the father of Abraham, and Nahor, his brother, came from Haran. They and all belonging to them, for they greatly rejoiced on hearing that a son had been born to Sarah. And they came to Abraham, and they ate and drank at the feast which Abraham made upon the day of Isaac being weaned. And Terah and Nahor rejoiced with Abraham, and they remained with him many days in the land of the Philistines. At that time, Serug, the son of Reuel, died in the first year of the birth of Isaac, son of Abraham. And all the days of Serug were 239 years, and he died. And Ishmael, the son of Abraham, was grown up in those days. He was 14 years old when Sarah bare Isaac to Abram. And Jehiah was with Ishmael, the son of Abram, and he grew up, and he learned to use the bow and became an archer. And when Isaac was 5 years old, he was sitting with Ishmael at the door of the tent. And
now, if Isaac was 5 years old, now, Isaac was 5, right? He was a baby. And he was sitting with Ishmael at the door of the tent. This is going to break down what happened. Why did Sarah cast him out? Keep reading, count.
And Ishmael came to Isaac and seated himself opposite to him. And he took the bow. And
what?
He took the bow.
What?
He took the bow and drew it and put the arrow in it and intended to slay Isaac.
What?
Intended to slay Isaac.
What?
Intended to slay Isaac.
Now, Ishmael, 14, 15 years old, a 5-year-old, Isaac was 5 years old. Sarah witnessing, seeing him, trying to take her son out.
That's right.
This is why she said, cast out the bondwoman and her son. They won't have no heirs with my son. That's why Abraham gave all the other kids gifts and sent them away because they were wicked.
That's right.
You read, Cap?
And Sarah saw the act which Ishmael desired to do to her son, Isaac, and grieved it her exceedingly, and account of her son, and she sent for Abram and said to him, cast out this bondwoman.
Cast out what?
Cast out this bondwoman.
Now we see why Sarah told Abraham to cast out the bondwoman and son. But we have to go in the book of Joshua to get that, family.
That's right.
We have to go in these other books. If we don't go in these other books, we don't get the moral of these stories. We won't get the truth. We won't get the whole tale of these stories. We'll get some of them in King James 16:11. Keep reading, count.
For her son shall not be heir with my son, for thus did he seek to do unto him this day.
Do what?
Seek to do unto him this day.
Read.
And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah. And he rose up early in the morning, and he took 12 loaves and a bottle of water which he gave to Hagar, and sent her away with her son. And Hagar went with her son to the wilderness, and they dwelt in the wilderness of Paran with the inhabitants of the wilderness. And Ishmael was an archer, and he dwelt in the wilderness a long time. And he and his mother afterward went to the land of Egypt, and they dwelt there. And Hagar took a wife for her son from Egypt, and her name was Meribah. And the wife of Ishmael conceived and bare 4 sons and 2 daughters. And Ishmael and his mother and his wife and children afterward went and returned to the wilderness.
Now we know Ishmael dwells in wilderness. He wouldn't let him a wife from Egypt. Okay, Cap, please set that off. Go back to Genesis 21:9. Let's go back over there in Genesis 21:9.
Genesis 21, verse 9. And Sarah saw the...
Now we back in King James 16:11, family. We're going to break down. We showed you in the book of Joshua the more details of why she said cast out the bondwoman and her son. Keep it reading, Cap.
That's right. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking.
The word mocking. We read King James 16:11, we just stop right there and say mocking. We just keep going, we keep reading. Not getting the more the details of the story, but King James, I'm saying, Joshua just broke down more detail of that mocking. Keep reading, Cap.
That's right. And the thing... Okay, something 10, my bad.
10.
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
Now Sarah was seeing the acts of the wicked Ishmael. So she said, and so you think about it, Ishmael to this day want to take us out. Remember Psalm 83?
That's right.
They want to take us out. And he wants, even like Esau, want to take Israel out. Even our older brother Ishmael want to take us out when he was young, 15 years old. Keep reading, count.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And Jehiah said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight, because the lad, and because of thy bondwoman, in all that Sarah has said unto thee, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot.
As it was what?
As it were a bow shot.
Now, family, let me break this down to you. Now, Hagar saw her son down as it was a bow.
That's right.
The same way that Israel did to Jacob. He was going to take him out with an arrow, right?
That's right.
Why did she do this? Because she was meditating on the wickedness of her son. Because she knew the acts of the son what he was trying to do to Jacob. So right now, she know the punishment. She know the punishment from our father that he's going to deal with Ishmael, right? So
that's right.
Like, the water is spent. The water is spent because right now, the Bible said he gonna bless the ones that bless you and curse the ones that curse you. Right now, Israel is up under a curse from his act that he was trying to do to Isaac. Right?
That's right.
Keep recap 16 again.
And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him, lifted up her voice, and wept.
She knew her Isaac, her son. She knew that he was not going to get away with it. But Ahiah knew his wickedness, so Ahiah just kicked him out. Said, cast out the bondwoman and her son, because they would have no highest either. Okay? Cap 17.
And Ahiah heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of Ahiah called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for Ahiah has heard thy voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thy hand, for I will make him a great nation. And Ahiah opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the bottle with water, and gave the lad drink. And Ahiah was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer.
So now we know when it says the water, the bottle of water. You would think read King James 16 without that's what we just read. You would think he was a baby, but he was 15 years old.
That's right.
He had more energy, more sprint, more athletic ability to do anything. This was because he was going through it. He was going through it. He was suffering. He needed the water. Okay. Keep reading 21.
And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt.
Precept this cap, we're going to show that he was going through it because of his deed, his wicked deed towards his little brother. Cap, let's go to Genesis 12 and 3.
Genesis 12, verse 3.
Genesis 12 and 3.
And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Now Ishmael wanted to curse his brother. So that was a cursing. So she would need that water because he was faint. He was 14 years old. He didn't need no bottle of water. But he needed water because he was already cursed with his act towards his young brother. Okay, Cap, piece up to that. Cap, let's go to Genesis 49, 28.
Genesis 49.
Genesis 49, 28.
Genesis 49, verse 28.
We already 33.
All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it, that their father spake unto them and blessed them. Every one according to his blessing he blessed them. And he charged them and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mary, in the land of Canaan, which Abram brought with the field of Ephron the Hittite, for a possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people.
Now, I brought this scripture to show you that our forefathers and our foremothers was buried together. It was not separated in death and burial. Family.
That's
Again,
right.
31 says, and these buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. And there they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife, and buried Leah. So, again, the topic there is our foremothers, okay? Precept for that is Ruth. Let's go to 4:9. We can't leave Ruth out. Ruth 4:9. Right after Samuel, right before Samuel.
Ruth, chapter 4, verse 9. And Boaz
Hallelujah.
said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabite, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of
What?
to raise up the name
What?
to raise up the name.
Again, Israel, we used to raise up our ancestors' names. So the name is very important, family. The name's given from our father, given to Israel, family. Of course, and our father has a name too. That's why he given us a name. Name in the Bible is ourselves, family. Keep reading, count.
Up the name. Okay. Moreover, Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. Yahweh make the woman that is come into thy house like Rachel and like Leah, which
Like who?
like Rachel and like Leah, which two did, and build the house of Israel, and do thou readily in Ephrath, and be famous in Bethlehem.
I gotta reread that again. Again, it's talking about our foremothers. 11, and all the people that were in the gate, and the elders said, we are witnesses until a higher make the woman that is come into the house of Rachel and Leah, which too did build the house of Israel.
Hallelujah.
And our foremothers, family. And do they worthily of Isreal and be famous in Bethlehem. Keep reading chapter 12.
And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, with Tamar bear unto Judah, of the seed which Yahweh shall give thee this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, Yahweh gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the women said unto Naomi, Blessed be Yahweh, which has not left thee this day without kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel.
Again, family, that name.
Hallelujah.
Name is our seal, family. Keep read over 21.
And the woman said unto Naomi, Blessed be Yahweh, which has not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nurser of thy old age, for thy daughter-in-law which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, has borne him. And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the women, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. They call his name Obed. And he is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot Amminadab, and Amminadab begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Solomon, and Solomon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David.
Hallelujah. Okay. Piece of that. Let's go to 2 Samuel 12, 24, 25.
2 Samuel 12.
24, 25.
2 Samuel 12, verse 24. And David comforted Bathsheba his wife, and went in unto her, and lay with her. And she bare a son, and he called his name Solomon.
Called his name what?
Called his name Solomon.
Can you read?
And Jehiah loved him, and he sent by the hand of Nathan the prophet, and he called his name Jedediah, because of Jehiah.
Now 25. Again, we're gonna break this down slow so we understand. 24. 2 Samuel 12:24. And David comforted Bathsheba his wife, and went into her and lay with her, and bare a son, and he called his name Solomon. And how you love him. 25 is a key script for family. And Ahiah, he sent by the hand of Nathan, so Ahiah's son Nathan the prophet, and he called his name Jedediah.
Yes, Jedediah.
So Ahiah gave him a name Jedediah, so we call Solomon. But Ahiah said, no, name ain't Solomon. Let me send Nathan and give y'all his right name. That's why, family, we got these names being named in the Bible. Read 25 again, Cap.
He says, and he sent by the hand of Nathan the prophet, and he called his name Jedediah, because of Jehiah.
Because of who?
Because of Jehiah.
Because of who?
Because of Jehiah.
Now, family, name in the Bible is something serious.
That's
family.
right.
We have to take hearken to these names. Okay, Cap, piece of that. Isaiah 51.
Isaiah 51.
1.
Isaiah 51, verse
51. We already said it.
Isaiah 51. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek Jehiah, look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and the hole of the pit whence ye are digged. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you, for I called him alone, and blessed him and increased him. For Jehiah shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Jehiah. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. For a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. My righteousness is near, my salvation is going forth, and my arm shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on my arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their reverence.
We got a piece of that, Cap. Hebrews 11:9. Hebrews 11:9.
Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11.
11:9. Read
Verse 9.
9 to 10, 11.
By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is Jehiah.
Now, this builder and maker of the high, he built this family. He built our forefathers and our foremothers, family. You gotta come back to the law, according to the name, family. King James 6:11, the enemy came in and put Lord God Jesus in our Bible. We see from all our classes that name means something. That's the only way we're gonna get the seal back and go back to the kingdom, family. Read 10 and count.
For he looked for a city which has foundations, whose builder and maker is Jehiah. Through the faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
Oh yeah. Now our Father promised us something, family. He promised us that he will send a Savior for us. He promised us the kingdom. He promised us his love. He promised us his mercy.
That's right.
He promised us to be as our foremothers and be as our forefathers that he blessed. So we got to go back to being righteous, being humble, being meek, 11, come back to our nationality, our name.
That's right.
Our name means something. Our foremothers, name meaning what it means, because it came from a higher. Our forefather, name meaning what it means, because it came from a higher. Our name also came from a higher in Shire. His name, a higher, he gave us that name. Again,
Hallelujah.
Exodus said, Exodus who?
Exodus 3, verse 13 through 15.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We're coming again, top of the day, our foremothers. Okay, I hope everybody got an understanding of who our foremothers are today.
That's right.
And again, let's bring our name. How you show how you.
D.O.C.
Hallelujah. D.O.C. out.
All praise to Yahweh.